The Oruga Podcast.
Somehow somebody's always looking the other way. Now look at these guys. They look busy, right?
Did you ever see the Las Vegas dome?
Yeah.
I was looking at
That was the most impressive thing that the United States has built.
Dude,
the past 10 years.
Did you see the NBA basketball one?
Where it's just a basketball?
Yes, dude. Where it's just a and it looks like a fucking basketball that's the size of God.
I know.
And
you could see that shit from space.
and I was looking at this tweet that was supposedly truthful, and they were saying that they understand the pricing of how much it is for the day and for the week of advertising at the Sphere at the.
It would definitely be worth it.
Yeah, and they were saying it was like $400,000 for a day, and it's $600,000 for a week. And they were saying that it gets about a couple million impressions in the city, and then it gets about 10 million online.
It's gotta get a billion online. It has.
They were saying
reach
10 million, which I didn't believe that either.
100 million.
That's what I was thinking too.
They're lowballing that number. Welcome to the Op. Be sure to check out Oruga's shop. We make shirts and hoodies that are comfortable and stylish. Follow @ShopOruga and visit orugastore.com. That is ORUGA store.com. Beat produced by Saipuda. Check him out at saipudabeats.com. Yeah, go ahead. I know.
Okay.
It'll probably be edited out anyways. But fuck it. We don't really have a real intro ever.
No, there's no real great way to start podcasts.
Yeah.
And there's no real great way to end podcasts. And podcasts only become good when you're about halfway into it and we finally got to the good subject.
Did already
right?
start recording though, right?
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah, we're at
that's
20
amazing.
seconds.
That's amazing.
So
Welcome. Oh no, I don't want to do that intro. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're over it.
So what was your thing?
We're over
what was your subject? You're like I waited until
Oh yeah, this
now.
is gonna sound. I guess the word would be rash.
Rash. Okay.
Not a rash is like something on you, right?
There's two definitions to rash. One
is
could
it?
be harsh, would be a
Yeah,
synonym
so, like,
to
rushed.
rash.
What is rushed? Like a synonym of rushed.
Hurried.
Yeah, this may seem hurried.
I'm a fucking thesaurus right now. Keep going.
Dictionary.com.
Yeah. Okay, so you were.
But I seen it like last week. I got an email for it, and it was like your card, your payment details did not go through. And I was like, where is this email coming from?
Right.
And it was coming from Inkfile. So I had to renew that, and I decided.
Whoa.
I decided to renew that today.
Why do you need to renew it?
Because it's a yearly thing.
For
an agent to just renew you.
To what? To have our
Yeah.
LLC
Yeah,
renewed?
it's a thing.
We need our LLC to be renewed every year?
Yeah. And I asked Charlie, and he's like, yeah, you gotta renew it every year.
Renew your government fucking LLC.
Yeah. Or at least
You're
have an
really
agent.
blowing my mind
Yeah,
right
you need
now.
to have an agent representative sign off on it. So I feel like if we had our own agent.
Let me shake your hand real quick. Good job. Thank you so much.
No problem.
That's awesome.
But I waited until today because I was like, I don't know if they're calling bullshit or not. I don't know if it was for real.
Right.
But I mean, it's ink files. Why else would they be sending the email?
And I'm glad you're reminding me of this because we need to renew our domain too. And we could change.
Is that only $1?
It's like $1 or $2. But I have to find who hosts us. What like server
it just
farm.
Feels so old.
I
Like,
know.
I barely remember ink file. I remember having the papers. Remember, like you printed the papers off for us.
That's
And
right.
that's what makes it feel so official.
That's right. And I think me and you both signed those papers just so we both have copies of them too. Just crazy. And that's the thing. Like we created Oruga October 6th of last year, and
a year ago. Besides a day, because it's October 5th as we're recording this.
And it's so wild how much happened in 1 year. How much we were able to accomplish. Like we outdid ourselves. But it's wild that it's already been a year. Like damn, bro, damn.
It has flown by.
How much was your renewal price for InkFile?
It was like 109 or 119.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's so much fucking money those people are banking.
The dude's name was Andrew.
Andrew?
Shout out to Andrew. Thanks for signing off on that shit.
Being our Kentucky representative.
I know. Imagine the email that you get. And you're like, oh, this person just handed in their money.
Right.
It's like a fucking field trip.
Yeah, and they get
like,
paid for
he got his permission slip signed. I can sign off on it now.
Fucking e-cigs, bro. That's what they get paid for. E-signatures.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I thought you were talking about e-cigarettes. I was like, what are you talking about?
But just e-signatures. That's all they get paid off of is just us being like, yes, please. Put your name on it.
I know. They must be in cahoots with, like, InkFile. Imagine how much money you're just raking in from them.
And how many people like us have they not talked to? And they just get internet money. Yeah. That's just pure internet money.
The only person we have talked to from InkFile was actually someone that was outsourced to. It was like a tax representative or some bullshit.
And they wanted us to buy their better package.
The funny thing
for no reason, right?
This was like not even a couple months in. Or maybe it was. But we didn't need any information regarding a tax year because we weren't going to rake in any profit. Mm-hmm. And then we also didn't need that woman's package that she was offering because why would we like buy a tax package to know everything about taxes when we haven't even made a single cent?
Well, like we've made money, but the thing is we haven't had a profit, and you can only tax profit, at least in an LLC, and we're non-profit at this point. At this point, we have not made a profit for sure. The for how much we've had to spend on just.
It's gonna be funny watching this, like probably a year, like from now. 2 years into Oruga, and you're gonna be like, these people were a non-profit.
Right.
Like 3 years in.
It'll probably take another year to fucking make a profit for sure. For how much money we've put into it.
Like a pancake, though.
Hopefully. God, I pray for that. I mean, it would be nice to be able to get out of the poverty line with our LLC. That would be cool.
Getting it out the mud.
Yeah, and technically we created jobs.
We will be. Support our dreams.
Right.
And we'll support yours.
Become part of the Oruga army, please. Yeah.
How communist does that sound, though?
It's super communist.
Support our dreams and we'll support yours.
Right, yeah. Oh, I gotta let Ruby in. But what was your topic, though? Did you have a topic, or was it just because InkFile?
It's entrepreneurship. That's the topic of discussion.
Of course. Come on, Ruby. Come on.
It's you gotta have a different mindset to be running a business. Can't be having a simple mind.
It's such a scheming mind. Yeah, it's like, it's just, how do we make $1 out of nothing? You know, how do we build skills?
How do we build loyalty?
Right. How do we have brand loyalty? How do we have consistent listeners for the podcast? And I'm sorry, listeners, if you find this conversation boring, but this is what I spend my time on, is just trying to figure out how to get $1 off the internet. And
what we've been researching heavily the past year.
Right. I mean, that's why we created the NFTs. That's why we created merch.
Hella shit about branding.
Mm-hmm.
Where to go for it, what social medias to use.
And who's God? Virgil, bro. Virgil's God.
All salute.
Yeah. Literally. You know, still having shit come out from the grave. God bless.
For real. That takes talent.
And
raw talent right
Lots of work. Just sitting on the shelf waiting.
True. We still probably have hella unreleased shit.
Plenty. Lots of stuff. But at this point, when we unrelease it, it's just because it's not up to par. It just looks ugly. It's just not a good product. It's just, we really had a good filter of keeping the bullshit out. I feel like we had a really good filter for just making sure that our designs are up to par, that everything looks decently cool, and could be proud of it.
You know, it'd be a good idea. This is probably gonna be available to all the listeners once they're listening to this.
Okay.
But I think we should have a Holy War collection, but for winter, and have it like long sleeves hoodies.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I kind of do want some of the front and backs like flip flopped almost.
Okay.
Would that be weird?
That would be fascinating to see.
So like you would see the back that are on the tees on the front of the hoodies and sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Just switching it up.
That's fascinating. Yeah, we could start doing that after the podcast. Just start seeing what we could do.
Dropping products.
For sure.
But with the everything's going back into like the Renaissance, you know, just all like the iconography.
Okay. I can't wait until that's interesting. So you want to just add stuff to the Holy War collection, just a winter part. Okay. Do you have any colors that
fall and winter collection?
Okay.
But yeah, I just like all of the designs and color schemes that we went with.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel like way more advanced than the previous collection to that work week.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, we were doing color schemes with work week too.
Right.
But the thing about Holy War is that like you had to pick the paintings that matched the color almost.
That was a long process too. Yeah. For the Holy War merch collection, the paintings that were used, dude, that took probably 2 months to curate all of them.
Like they're from the same artist, but it's just the paint style.
Mm-hmm. The first one that was created was the Patriot tee with the Crusader with
the Bud Light
with a rifle and a Bud Light. That's right. Oh my gosh, we would have never predicted that they went downhill, and they're no longer part of the blue collar.
Our brand is Nostradamus at this point. It's just the prediction teller.
Right. So let me ask you this, Nolan. We have all the stuff we've done so far. What would you want to do first? Create a drink?
Reaching for my drink as we're talking about new product.
Would you want to create a drink formulation? And then we decide the container that it's in. Then we decide if it's in a can, what size is the can, what's on the can, or we do I think we should be slightly sustainable. I don't think we should do plastic, if I'm honest.
Let's do box like Jaden Smith.
A box.
You remember that?
He has paper boxes.
He's got for water, boxed water. Remember?
That's what he was. That?
I don't know. I remember he was a big promoter of it. I don't know if he actually owns the brand.
Liquid Death is 10 times, a million times better than the box.
Canned water is better than box.
Dude, cans are better. Yeah. Come on, let's use aluminum. What are we doing?
It is a good question because it's just like the expansion of Oruga. How far can we really extend ourselves?
And great examples of what we could be doing is exactly what like the Happy Dad beer is to the Full Send podcast. Is that what they are?
Yeah.
And
Nelk.
Nelk. What's Nelk?
It's the other YouTube group
that has a drink.
That's
product.
I mean, they're in cahoots with whatever. What channel did you just mention?
Full Send.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're in cahoots with Full Send.
Gotcha. So okay,
we're not fully up to hip with the podcast and YouTube game, but
yeah, we don't know our neighbors yet. We'll eventually know our neighbors. We're in the fucking new subdivision. You know what I'm saying? We're not downtown yet, but we're in the right. We're in the new subdivision. We gotta know our neighbors. And okay, going to this subject, would you want to do a pop? Would you want to do like a protein drink? Would you want to do a simple, just like flavored water? You could go with like the Gatorade.
I feel like every market like that is hard to enter, but
the coffee industry seems like the easiest one.
Dude, so it feels like, have you ever heard of Buzz Balls?
Buzz Balls? No, got nothing.
It's like 8% or 11% alcohol, and it's in this tiny. Imagine something this.
Oh, are you talking about bourbon balls?
No, but they're probably the same concept.
Liquor candy.
What's the size?
Liquored chocolate ball candy. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Keep going then.
This
I'm
is
sorry for interrupting.
This is liquor.
Okay.
Straight liquor, I think, but flavored.
Okay.
And it's like that size, like 5 inches, probably. And yeah, I'd probably go in the short. It's gonna sound very niche, but the short drink game.
Okay. Oh, like the small Coca-Cola
just like,
cans,
yeah,
the miniature.
Very small packaged drinks, because that just seems to be the wave.
Mm-hmm.
Got people selling like yogurt and kombucha. You got like kefir.
Things.
You know those kefir probiotic drinks?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I used to work in dairy, so I know hella just like random shit about dairy products. And yeah, I would just go into the small drink game.
The small drink game. It will be so fun to do all the designing and like the color scheme. And because you gotta pick a target market. And then with that target market, what are you gonna colorize it?
Like what you
How's
were
it gonna
saying
look?
with coffee, it'd be perfect to have like a small packaged version of coffee and just label it like, oh, this shit has like 3 shots of espresso and 2 shots of it.
Right.
It'll get you bouncing off the walls.
Sure. And then you could like, okay, so you want to do the small cans, then you could do like packs of 4 or packs of 6, and then you got to price them properly to make sure that like.
In my opinion, I think it just has to do with branding and then how easily readable the ingredients like are.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a very confusing, I don't know, like list of ingredients that aren't pronounceable,
right,
I would go the natural route in terms of drinks.
And the more simple, the better.
Yeah.
Like that Happy Dad beer. I see it all the time now. I see people who don't even get what's going on. They just buy it anyways because they're like, I want to be a Happy Dad. It's just a brilliant concept. It's a brilliant name. It's super simple. And most, like, the pop-out design now is simple. It's not like you have to design craziness. Mm-hmm. You don't have to design, like, the fucking...
Yeah, that brand perfectly blends in with the rest of the other alcohol brands.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's brilliant. And I think to be able to do the same thing, to be able to do what Liquid Death did to me, it makes me talk nonstop about Liquid Death. I mean, it's insanity that nobody did it yet. It's insanity that plastic bottles were the go-to. Mm-hmm. Why? I love cans, and I love cans way more than plastic bottles. Why do we sell water in plastic bottles? Like, that made no sense to me. And the fact that, like, yeah, it's just brilliant. And the name, Liquid Death. Damn. Kill your quench. And you're like, okay. It's
they
so
really
cool.
did, like, pave the way for their own market, though.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really follow any market trends. That's what's cool.
Super cool. And if we really sat down and thought about it, it would be fun to see what happens. See if we could actually, like, you know, pick a good target market, pick a good name.
Do, like, sour gummy worms and just call them caterpillars.
Sure.
Or whatever.
Okay.
Giving away our ideas.
Not for free, though. Yeah, that'd be fun. I think what I wouldn't enjoy is like trying to design and trying to create like a candy bar. That would be painful. I would be so bored.
We're looking at you, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, pretty much. Because
which one is it?
It's A.
This one?
No. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to click.
We're looking at you. And that shit's so boring to me. That like just candy. Like I know that's your lane, and like if you wanted to do that, I mean like fucking go for it.
It depends on how easy it is to make, obviously. Because there's certain candy that's really easy to make, and then obviously shit like gummy worms probably requires like a mold.
That and
just you need to mass produce them, of course.
Huge factories that they're like, put a mask on to walk through here.
Yeah, there's toxic shit getting put into your
right. You gotta put a full fucking suit on to walk through the candy factory.
That would suck. Just your dreams would die right there on the spot, being like, these are all the ingredients going into my product.
Right.
And I can't even be around it.
And you're telling me this is what we eat? I have to be protected from what we eat? Come on. Yeah.
Suit it up.
That would be disappointing. But like, I don't know. Like creating a drink would be really fun.
Going to a bottling plant or some shit.
Dude.
And you're seeing your bottle get packaged and
because I bet they have a walkthrough of like all the of all like the impressive stuff that they've been through all the years, like all the cool designs that paved way, and just like you could see all the behind the scenes, and that would be so fun. And then imagine you have a formula and they're ready to mass produce it. You got all the labels ready and they're inked up. They're ready to stamp them onto these blank cans, and you get to see the first the first press, and then they produce them all, and you're like watching them getting produced, and you're like, fuck,
it's money getting printed.
Like it's money getting printed, and you're like, dude, fuck. Yeah, this is what I've been working for, just for it to be going through the process, and then I get them, see them all packaged up, nice and neat and organized. Like, that's brilliant. And then you gotta have to have deals with Kroger and Walmart and Target and fucking whatever controls gas stations. You're gonna have to talk to those distributors who distribute to gas stations, and then you gotta talk to stadiums, and then you gotta talk to literally local school systems to get them into that too.
Just what we're chasing,
right? To have mass acceptance of a drink.
Yeah. Full market
acceptance. And that would be very interesting. Imagine you would always talk to me about how you would, work at Kroger, and then you would see the execs walk through with companies to price out certain aisles and to price out certain
end caps.
Yes.
And how much the plots of real estate are in the store.
Renting space for your products. And that's the thing. We would have to do the same thing. We would have to do walks through with, Kroger, Walmart, and Target, and all of those to be able to we're going to need an end cap for maybe 3 months, and then we can go in shelf for another 4 months, and then we go back on the end cap to wrap up the year.
Yeah, it is crazy to think that. I don't know how many listeners know this. Hopefully not a lot, because it's just an interesting tidbit I find crazy. But yeah, there's plots on the ends of aisles that executives say there's a price to it. I don't know how to explain it. They say that it's priced a certain way, and then people bid on that spot in the store based on how popular it is, like how many people walk by it.
I bet they show numbers. They're like, we have cameras, we see how people look, where their eyes go. We get about 4,000 impressions.
Everything
when you walk
is
through
down
this.
to a science, yeah.
Yeah, I literally bet they say impressions too. I bet they say that word. I bet the Kroger's execs say, if you want to put your product right by the cashiers,
right by the frozen section,
right, will you get about 2,000 walkthroughs and maybe 1,500 impressions, and you want that
they
for
probably
maybe.
do say that like terminology.
Mm-hmm. And then you want that spot? Yeah, it's about 3,000 a month.
That's how they price it.
I don't know if that's an accurate number.
That is basically just how they do it down to a T.
I put my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears to this game, and history, we in the record books.
The Oruga Podcast has united with the Galactic Federation. With worldly symbols and alien logos, we celebrate our galaxy with new merch. Hope you love it, and Godspeed.
Did you ever see the Las Vegas dome?
Yeah.
I was looking at
That was the most impressive thing that the United States has built.
Dude,
in the past 10 years.
Did you see the NBA basketball one?
Where it's just a basketball?
Yes, dude. Where it's just a and it looks like a fucking basketball that's the size of God.
I know.
And
you could see that shit from space.
And I was looking at this tweet that was supposedly truthful, and they were saying that they understand the pricing of how much it is for the day and for the week of advertising at the Sphere
It would definitely be worth it.
Yeah, and they were saying it was like $400,000 for a day, and it's $600,000 for a week. And they were saying that it gets about a couple million impressions in the city, and then it gets about 10 million online.
It's got to get 1 billion online. It has.
They were saying
reach
10 million, which I didn't believe that either.
100 million.
That's what I was thinking too.
They're lowballing that number.
Which is
of impressions online, because it depends on how crazy your graphic looks for that particular building.
But can I tell you, just paying the flat fee for 400 to 600,000, whichever one you choose, the design team designs it for you. But you can have input, but they do all the hard work.
Yeah.
You just give them the price tag.
Because they know how to frame it around the dome.
Mm-hmm. And they know best.
Yeah.
They know best. So, like, that would...
I mean, for them to have already programmed so many animations and shit.
It's so cool. It's so fucking cool.
I've seen eyeballs so far.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And,
There's only going to be more animations.
And so that's Las Vegas, right? And I just don't understand how that's not happening in more cities. I can't believe that's like they're paving the way.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem real to me. How could they be paving the way? Like, I'm just shocked that that's like, this is groundbreaking news that they finally built a sphere that has TVs on it. Like,
I think it was almost 3 billion. It was like 2.
billion.
I think it was 2.3.
Is there anything inside of it?
Yeah, it's a theater.
It's a theater.
Yeah, there's the band U2. It just played.
Oh, that kind of theater.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they just had a show, and there were so many people taking videos of the inside of it.
You're telling me the inside is also?
Yeah.
No
the craziest
shit.
LED performance I've ever seen.
Dude.
More impressive than drone shows.
That's why I'm okay. Hopefully this all works out when if I can get tickets to a UFC match in Las Vegas. Then if that happens and I can bring you and Isaiah, then we're definitely going to check out the fucking dome too.
Yeah.
Cuz that seems
It'll be lit up 24/7.
That's so fucking crazy.
I don't think they ever turn that thing off.
They would lose money if they did. They would lose money if they did.
True.
You know, if they can run a clock for 24 hours advertising, man, that's a fucking paycheck right there. The NFL wants to use that. The UFC wants to use that. The NBA wants to use that. Anything that's happening in the city that needs to pay for tickets.
They definitely will have. They definitely have lots of interested people. I want to fucking rent space on it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I would put on it.
Just take out a loan for about, 60% of $1 million
Tax-free.
for a week.
Tax-free.
Yeah. But I would assume that the advertising doesn't, like, what it's worth, though, probably would be way more. Mm-hmm. What it's worth, the price of advertising, should be much more, right? The fact that you get to have potentially millions of people seeing your thing. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm sure when the NBA stamped that, or they had that basketball that day, that was the tweet I saw. When they had the basketball, it made me want to fucking watch the NBA because it was so fucking cool. I mean, obviously, I'm not like hyperventilating to watch the NBA right now. It was just fascinating. It was a really impressive feat.
Jealous of the budget that Las Vegas has, though.
For what? What are you talking about? As a city?
Yeah. Cincinnati need to be balling out like that.
Sure. Start creating a dome. We had what was it? Newport built what did they do? They built an outdoor event area. Yeah. For concerts. I don't know. Was it? What do you want to call that? A small arena?
We have a new concert venue.
Sure. How many seats is Kentucky. That? Is that like 10,000 people?
I don't even know.
I haven't been to it. Have you been to it yet?
No.
But that's what we get.
Paycor?
Here.
Is it called Paycor?
No, that's the Bengals Stadium.
What the hell?
And just to go into this, I am, at this point, still pretty obsessed with the NFL. But it's such a bummer to live in this city and to see the Bengals just absolutely suck. They fucking suck right now. They got killed by the Titans, and they got...
Imagine by this episode, their record is just like they've been winning since this.
Finally. Fucking finally. Because to see Joe Burrow to get a paycheck for $275 million, obviously it's potential earnings, but still, bro, he needs to fucking throw a good pass after getting that kind of paycheck.
I know. That's,
you know what I'm saying?
That's unspeakable amounts of money for throwing the ball.
For sure. I mean, good for him. He got that paycheck, but for God's sakes, I just want to I want to be able to watch the NFL and actually be excited about it. All right, what were you going to show me? So what else is going on, Nolan?
You know, just been looking at so much shit for inspiration.
Okay.
Been looking at Flatbush Zombies.
Okay. You think they're ever going to release an album? I just think they're done. They give me the vibes that if they do release an album, it's not going to be their all.
Or it might be their final.
That too.
If they release another one.
That too.
Which can't be the truth.
I don't understand. Like, obviously we're on the outside. We have no idea what's going on between them. You know, what's the beef? What's the drama? But as a fan from the outside, man, it's a shame because they were literally finally getting to the point where they were really amazing. And they're like, no, I think I'm done with playing with that. You know, I think I just got my skills super sharp and ready to drop amazing music because I put in all this time.
They all did get mentally prepared to do something, have a really ultimate album or some outcome, you know.
And their writing was amazing. What was it? Vacation to Hell? Was that
Vacation to Hell? Yeah.
That album, there wasn't a song that didn't seem there wasn't a song that they put half effort into. Every single song. I didn't love every song, but at least I knew that they had a lot of time put into every song. And I was excited about that. I was like, shit, that means the next album, they're going to have good writing. The beat production by Eric the Architect is just going to be absolutely a symphony. And then you're going to have Michi Darko being Michi Darko. And then you're going to have Zombie Juice just fucking being
flames.
He's just going to be a poet. a fucking poet the whole time. And I was excited about that. But then, dead silence. For fucking, what is this, 5? Now we're going on to 6 years of just
After
silence.
East Coast, which was, what, middle of high school? And that was a group album, by the way.
It was
then
an
after,
okay album.
what was it? They released that other album with the face.
With the face. What are you talking about? Oh, we talking about that EP?
Yeah, the EP.
The EP was okay. The EP was what like made me start losing confidence. The EP was like, I liked it. There's a few songs that were okay, but it's not like there was no theme. There was no concerted effort for it like looking like a...
Now more than ever.
Yeah, let me see the cover to that. Yeah. Yeah.
It was an okay one.
It was okay. Nothing compared to 3001, A Laced Odyssey. That album is a fucking album. I mean, when you start in it, it's got the launch sequence. 5, 4, 3, 2. Like, it's so amazing. Like, that's what an album should be. It should be a fucking story from beginning to end. All the songs all the songs are good independently, but together it just goes through this like whole sequence of amazing music. And I just wish they would do that again. But
she's such a cuddle bug.
Talking about my cat, I know.
Oh, she just can't get any more cozy.
And I'm gonna go to the thought of like same thing with ASAP Mob. I can't believe they haven't dropped another album. It's a real shame.
There should be Cozy Tapes Volume 3 right now.
Right now.
As soon as Donald Trump released ASAP Rocky from God knows where, Switzerland,
Right.
he should have dropped it that goddamn night.
And it would have,
That would have been the most hyped up album. That would have been the most.
That would have sold.
So much publicity, especially right after the pardon.
Right.
Be like, guess what I'm dropping now? After I just got out of prison from Switzerland.
Yeah. Seriously, dude.
I don't care if it's not finished. I at least drop like a third of it and be like, there's a bonus, there's a deluxe on the way.
Was there ever a reason why ASAP Rocky was imprisoned?
It was for fighting that one guy.
Fighting.
He like threw hands or some shit, and then
ASAP Rocky threw hands.
Yeah.
He's the last person I would expect to throw hands.
I gotta show you the clip. Do you want?
There's a video of ASAP Rocky. There's the
don't-
video that got him into jail. Stop it. How did I never see this? You're kidding.
What country was it?
Sweden.
Stockholm.
Huh?
In Sweden.
Okay.
I said Switzerland.
Okay, so we see ASAP Rocky inside the store.
It's a 40-second clip-ish.
And then okay, he's the one in the gray shirt. Yeah. Whoa. Man.
This may have been over the photographer, whoever, just following him around and being annoying, but I'm pretty sure, obviously, they took him as the aggressor.
Which I get. Okay,
Or
so I'm just watching.
He
I
got
just watched.
threatened. Like A$AP Rocky got threatened by that
Right.
guy, or he felt threatened, obviously, and then he just went full attack mode.
Yeah, that I'm trying to like comprehend it. I'm trying to like digest that. That was fascinating. So I just watched ASAP Rocky throw this kid to the ground, and then his whole posse's just like, let's throw punches too, which is craziness too. That's fascinating. And obviously you don't get to see what's beforehand. You don't get to see who started the fight. You just get to see who ended the fight. And
Here we go. Well,
how badly bruised was that kid? Like, was he hospitalized?
he Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That kid was hospitalized? That's a shame. Well, that kind of makes me like A$AP Rocky just a little bit less.
He got thrown.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, this isn't like a heavyweight kid. This is the kid that's easy to beat up. This is no impressive feat, by the way.
Dude looks like he weighs 130.
Dude, at least, yeah, max. Uh-huh. All right. I get that.
We don't want no problems with these boys. They keep following us.
Yeah. I get that. That's such an interesting thing. At that point, when you're that famous, just what are you going to do? Are you just going to tell people not to follow you? That's going to be real. It's going to get real skep real quick.
True.
Real skep real quick. I don't know.
That's what happens when you just be chilling out in Sweden. Living the bougie life.
I guess.
You get followed.
I think it's also like, I don't know, man. There's so many more routes than let's throw the kid on the ground and everybody start punching him. There's more routes.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, kid was just following us.
So we just started wailing on him.
So we fucking beat his ass.
You know what I'm saying?
That's craziness. That's not a thing that you should be doing. I just feel like there's way more routes.
I just want to be his friend.
He's just trying to be friends, huh?
It's not. That makes no sense to me. But we're not in those situations, right? I mean, we don't know what it feels like to have somebody lurking, like, over our shoulder the whole day.
Stalking you, like, every shop you go.
Every shop you go, you sit down and you see those kids watching you too, and I'd be like,
just
all
the
right.
corner of your eyes.
Right. I think I get the whole thing being like going up to them and be like, hey, what up? What are you
they're
doing?
The type that they can make a whole day out of just following you around.
Which is creepy.
You're a quote-unquote celebrity.
Right. And then you could sell that information, I guess, to like TMZ or something.
TMZ.
Which is stupid.
Which is what we were just watching.
We're just watching. Which is such a stupid organization. But yeah, so I guess like their incentive is that they get celebrity news, and so they could sell it to TMZ. But yeah,
that's what it costs you.
There's two sides to that coin, man.
By the mob.
Right. Yeah, right.
You literally got beat down by the mob.
Got thrown down onto a curb. Can I say that entire group? None of those kids were fighters, or I say kids, but none of those people in A$AP Rocky's like group. None of them looked like fighters, right? None of them looked athletic.
They weren't throwing punches; they were throwing bodies.
Yeah, they're kind of like half doing it. They're just kind of. But so that's just such a strange situation. I don't know who's in the right and who's in the wrong. It's fascinating.
It's such old news, though. That was when Trumpy was president.
What was that? 2019?
That was 4 years ago.
So 19? It wasn't 20 yet.
It was 19.
It was 19 summer. Pretty positive.
Yeah. 2019
summer. But,
good times.
And nothing happened since then. You're not like for the A$AP mob. Nothing happened.
Yeah, it's been stale.
So sad. And then Rocky fucking has a few verses here and there, and then he releases a song that's supposedly the title of his son's name. All right. No album?
Still.
No album? Come on, bro. You've been in jail. And you still got no album? Come on. Meek Mill dropped the craziest shit after he was in jail.
True. So it kept his hype going, like, alive.
Truly.
There's only a few rappers that can survive with their music while they're in jail.
Did you listen to Lil Wayne's? I guess it's an album. I don't really know. It came out recently.
No, like something to the 6.
Yeah, the Fix Before the 6, which I think is It's either a pun on Drake's album that's going to be released, or it's Carter 6.
Yeah, it is. I think it is Carter 6, right?
But you don't think that's a double pun? You don't think those two people just like... I don't know. You don't think
it
Drake...
is entirely in the name, though, the fix before the 6. So that means it's just a little something before the 6 one, right?
Yeah, but you don't think that's a double pun from Drake releasing his album on the 6th?
Yeah. That is definitely, like, not beef, but it's just, like, stirring up funny shit.
Yeah, it's definitely not beef because those two love each other. From what I see. From, like, how they speak about each other in interviews.
True.
But, yeah, and it's not like Carter 6 is going to be fucking revolutionary. I don't mean no disrespect.
Was a good album.
Huh?
I thought Funeral was a good album.
3 songs?
Yeah, 3 songs.
yeah, of course. You as an artist, it's good. It's easy to make 3 songs, but the whole album to be good,
it's
pretty
hard.
rare.
Yeah,
pretty rare.
That was cool though, about how you could flip it upside down and it says Lil Wayne.
Right.
How the hell do you do that?
That is such an impressive cover. The Funeral cover. How did they do that? That's such a that's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's really brilliant.
I would have never been able to wrap my head around it.
And do you think he was looking at Lil Wayne, upside down? He's like, what?
He had to have.
What can I create with this? Or do you think he had Funeral first, but then a designer was like, hold on, I got something brilliant.
Yeah. What came first?
What came first? Which, as a designer, man, that is a complex thing to do.
It's either extreme luck or great,
great work,
great vision.
Yeah, agreed.
You're able to see that.
Super impressive.
Looking for comfortable. Looking for comfortable and stylish apparel? Something right up your alley? Oruga has a collection for you. Monochrome features sleek black and white designs. The Workweek in Thermal features pops of vibrant color. Check out orugastore.com for unique styles and streetwear.
I'm so excited for the Drake album to come out
For all
tomorrow.
For all the dogs.
For all the dogs. That's so fucking exciting, dude. And the last album that he had, Certified Lover Boy, fantastic. Still a great album in my eyes. It's one of my favorites. And the album that Drake had with 21, bro, was it Her Loss or something like that?
Yeah.
What a brilliant album too. And that music video.
With the yacht blown up at the end.
Spin Bout You or Spin Bout Me?
I don't know. Is it Spin Bout You?
I guess it's Spin Bout. I don't know. That music video is so impressive. To go into the beginning where it's just 21 sitting down on the deck. And he's just like, I don't know what he's doing, but he's just looking out. And then by the end of the video, the yacht is on fire and women have looted it and left. It's such... And they literally assassinate Drake and 21 on the... What do they call that? What do they call that little...
Oh, the diving...
But what is the pirate term for that?
Well, the plank.
Walk the plank, yeah.
They walked the plank and gunned them down at the end of it.
Which was so brilliant.
Kicked their bodies into the ocean.
Fucking shot Drake in the forehead, and then 21 jumps off, and then you're just boom, 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 like just clearing
the whole yacht is just blowing up.
It's such...
The production of that video is crazy.
Whoever produced that, directed it, did the choreography for it, they did it brilliantly. And it has 2 halves to it. Like the first half, it's all cool, it's all sleek, and then the chick puts the drug into Drake's drink, and he just gets all loopy, wow, 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 and it's it's so brilliant how there's 2 halves to it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I thought it was cool when the music was phasing
out.
They didn't have to respect the entire song.
Yeah.
They were still able to like kind of put it in the background and let the story come through, which was really cool. That was really awesome.
That's gotta be music video of the year, though.
If it's not, I want to see the music video of the year. Like, it's... I want to see what beat that. It's so impressive. I mean, like, think in your mind, Nolan. What is a better music video than that?
In terms of rap, there's not a lot of good music videos that can top that.
Drake's music video of Energy. Rewatched that recently. Pretty good,
where
dude.
It's like him face swapping with a bunch of
celebrities. With like, it's so impressive. He's like on Mount Rushmore. Then he's the president. Then he's O.J. Simpson, and then he's like a drug lord. Like, it's so brilliant how he goes through all pop culture.
Yeah.
In the Energy music video, real brilliant.
'Cause he's got a lot of enemies.
Got a lot of enemies. Got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy.
I remember when that music video came out. I was like, how do they do this with this technology?
Yeah, it's really revolutionary. I mean, now it kind of looks a little crude.
Yeah.
But for what it was at that time, it makes sense. I mean, you don't want to spend millions of dollars on fucking animation for a music video for 3 minutes, but like, spent his money well. It looks great.
Yeah. You know, it's been 10 years since Kanye has released Runaway.
10 years.
I think I was literally like 10 years ago. I think I was like playing Gears of War or some shit.
Okay. What was I doing?
Listening to that album.
I was really into bikes at that time. I was mountain biking everywhere. Wow.
What a time, though. What a time.
I know. The Yeezus album has been in my mind a lot recently. Like, New Slaves, and I forget there's just so many iconic.
Dude, Guilt Trip. I like Guilt Trip now. It used to be a song I didn't like.
Guilt Trip. Oh, the last song on that album?
On Yeezus.
Yeah. That's a great one. And that makes me recall Tyler Creator's opinion on that album. I remember there was a video of Tyler Creator getting cornered by some TMZ people. Yeah. And they're like, yo, what do you think of Kanye's new album? And he's like, it's different. But that's my opinion, because everyone absorbs music differently. And then he just walked up. Like, that was it. Like, it was a great statement. So how's work? How's working at the airport?
Went from the night shift to the morning shift.
I'm
not a night owl. Morning bird now.
How's it feel to wake up? What do you wake up at? Like 2 a.m. now?
I wake up before the sun rises.
Okay.
I get to work before the sun rises.
Okay.
And I'm working before the sun rises.
Okay.
And then I leave at like noon.
That's cool.
But overall, it's pretty light throughout the morning, and it's not what I was thinking at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was thinking it was real busy at the airport in like the wee hours. But it's like the midday.
It's the hardest work.
Yeah. So I'm glad that I didn't get stuck with that shift.
This is probably like, I know this for sure, the 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those flights are expensive as fuck. And why are those flights expensive as fuck? Because everyone wants to fly midday.
When it's the most convenient.
Right. Nobody wants to wake up in the first flight of the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why those flights are dirt cheap. Because it's hard to fill those seats.
And it's nice that I get a comfy city like Cincinnati where not too many people are flying in or out.
Right.
So,
imagine if you were working at Atlanta, bro.
Exactly. So the bags coming, mostly like the bags going on, there's not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not a lot of people out of Cincinnati traveling. It's more like the the other cities are traveling to Cincinnati.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Let me ask you this question. I remember, I don't mean to drop where you've been working, but I remember when you worked at Kroger and you had beef with distributions, right?
Oh, yeah.
So now that you work at the airport, do you have beef with like...
Is there one other shitty airport?
Right. You're like, fuck Denver, bro. They always fuck this up. You know, like, do you ever have like the or is everything like pretty standard?
Well, on night shift, it used to be these 2 planes, and there was one that was late almost every night, and it was either Atlanta or like Tampa.
Okay.
But one of those always used to be late every night and screw me up,
Mm-hmm.
and I would end up staying like an hour or 2 or even 3.
Jesus, dude.
Like later than what I was thinking I'd be scheduled out for.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was one of those cities that I just despise.
God damn it.
But now on morning shift, I don't have any beef with any flights because the ones I'm working are all the flights that stayed there overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm mostly only working like probably 2 or 3 that have just arrived to the airport.
Okay.
So it's pretty light in terms of workload.
Sure.
And sometimes you get on morning shift, it's like not as spaced out. So you only get 30 minutes most of the time in between planes.
It's Kahaya calling me. I'm actually gonna answer this. Yo, what's up? Are you dead? Hello? Hi, you're actually on the podcast right now. Did you ever get those Bengals tickets? No. Did you ever get those Bengals tickets?
You know what? I should probably call him right now, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you should, because I told you to call him yesterday too.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Yesterday was a bad day.
Excuse me? What did you say?
Yesterday was a bad day.
Oh, okay.
Today, it's a better day.
Okay. Cool. That's exciting.
Well,
And then are we gonna go to Dayton on Tuesday?
no, you wish.
Okay.
On the Tuesday, but not next Tuesday.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
I'll let you continue your podcast.
Thank you. All right. I'll see you, bro.
Have a good time.
Bye-bye. Bengals tickets. I'm trying to have him get me, well, not like scheming over here.
He play the roar.
Right. So he came up to me like, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago, and he's like, I know somebody who could get us free tickets to the Bengals games. And I was like, that's fucking awesome. That's awesome. And he's like, any game. And I was like, any game. And he's like, any game. I was like, I'm going to use, like, you just told me this. You know what's going to happen, right? And he's like, yeah, we're going to go to a Bengals game. I was like, all right. Well, and so I picked a game. I was like, the Steelers versus the Bengals. The Bengals are at home on November something. Let's go to that game. Yeah. And he's like, all right, I have the guy's number. All I have to do is call him. And I'm like, all right. It's been 5 days. Have you called him? No. Have you called him? No. Have you called him? No. And it's, bro, I'm trying to get some free. I'm trying to go to a Bengals game for free, for sure. Yeah. And then this wasn't this Saturday, but it was 2 Saturdays ago. I went to the tailgate for like the UC football game. Yeah. And I went with Jacob. And, like, we were just, like, walking around, and he knew one of the ticketers for the football game. And she was like, hey, I could just, like, let you, like, slide through. And we're like, what? She's like, yeah. Just get some free tickets. Just go right in. You're fine. And we were going to do that, but we were just like, nah, we're just going to go to the... We're going to go to the outside. Like, there was a tailgate that had, like, big monitors and, like, the beer stands are right there. You don't have to fucking fight a crowd to watch it. And, like, so that's what we elected to do. But, like, I want to soon just be like, yeah, let's cash in on those free tickets. That'd be so fun.
That would be. I haven't went to a Bengals game in forever.
the last Bengals game I went to was when, like, you remember their amazing season in like 2015?
Yeah.
Like they went 0-8. I went that season, and I went to a Bengals game, and I was like, oh, they won. That's cool. And then that was it. That was the last Bengals game I went to. So like to go to a recent one where it's, you know, Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon and the dream team.
Jamar Chase.
And for God's sakes, Joe Burrow, you need to get your shit to fucking gather. You got $275 million on the fucking table. Throw like you have that.
At least when we're watching, perform well.
You can go to any other shit city and fucking play for them, but you were playing for the Bengals, the best jerseys in the league. We're not good at anything else besides our jerseys. Our jerseys are fucking baller.
True. And the color's alive.
Yeah, for sure. I think they could probably change that orange to like a couple degrees a little brighter, but that's my only pick with them.
What's that orange that we were looking at?
I used to know the hex code for that color, but I don't. It's just such a dark orange. I don't get it. It should be brighter. It should be a brighter orange. But that's fucking my opinion. You know, the shit designers that they had picked a different hex code. All right.
The aerospace orange or whatever.
International orange.
International.
That's what you were showing me. Yeah, that tweet. Was that before the podcast? I guess that was. Yeah, you were showing me a tweet of international orange, the international space orange.
Spacesuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that jet that was also orange, but that was a fighter jet, so not very international. Pretty national. Okay, you go.
Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about.
And we were struggling on this podcast, that's for sure. We were really struggling, which is funny because like most of the time, like we do have really like clear-cut stuff to talk about. We usually do a little bit better, but like this episode, we're like music. We're like going back. I'm going back to my true self. What am I into? Which is just music. And what else were we talking about? That's it. Music and work.
History.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Gosh.
Donald Trump freeing Lord Pretty Flacco.
Yeah, Lord Pretty Flacco Jordy. That's all I got, man. If you're listening this long to the podcast, please just subscribe, just to help us. Just give us a little kick.
Share us with your friends. Give us a like. Save us to your library. Do all the above.
Amen. Praise Odin.
Even go to our website if you're feeling generous.
You know what I'm saying?
And, just have a blessed day. Enjoy yourself.
And we got to be ready.
Visit orugastore.com today and enter the discount code OP15 for 15% off your order on all Oruga merch. Free shipping for orders over $50 is available as well. Thank you. The Oruga Podcast.
Somehow somebody's always looking the other way. Now look at these guys. They look busy, right?